It's been a roller coaster of I don't even know what, but you know, honestly, after this whole experience, I joked with my dad. I told him if people know our story and they don't believe in God, they should believe in God after this because we just felt like this whole competition for us has been one big miracle.
What does it take to become one of Canada's most exciting pair skating teams? Is it natural talent, years of relentless practice, or is it finding the one partner who completely changes your career? For Emily Chan and Spencer Howe, the answer is all of those things and much more. Their journey to the international stage wasn't a story of instant success. It was built through years of sacrifice, disappointment, determination, and the courage to start over when everything seemed uncertain. Long before they stood together on the podium representing Canada, both skaters had already traveled very different paths, facing obstacles that could have ended their dreams before they truly began. Today, Emily Chan and Spencer Howe are recognized as one of Canada's most talented pair teams, admired for their graceful performances, technical precision, and remarkable chemistry on the ice. But behind every breathtaking lift and every perfectly synchronized spin lies a story that began decades earlier, with two children who had no idea their futures would eventually become intertwined. This is the inspiring journey of Emily Chan and Spencer Howe. Emily Chan was born in Canada into a family that encouraged curiosity, discipline, and perseverance. Like many children growing up in Canada, she was introduced to skating at a young age. At first, the rink was simply a place to have fun. The cold air, smooth ice, and excitement of learning new skills quickly became part of her everyday life. Almost immediately, coaches noticed something special. Emily possessed exceptional balance and natural musicality. More importantly, she displayed a rare willingness to repeat difficult elements over and over again without becoming frustrated. Even as a young child, she understood that improvement didn't happen overnight. While many of her friends spent weekends playing games or relaxing at home, Emily's mornings often began before sunrise. Early training sessions became part of her routine. School, homework, physical conditioning, and skating soon formed the rhythm of her life. Those long hours weren't always easy. Figure skating demands incredible commitment from both athletes and their families. Every competition requires travel. Every new skill demands countless attempts before it can be performed consistently. Every season brings higher expectations. Emily embraced those challenges one step at a time. As her skills improved, coaches realized she possessed qualities especially valuable in pair skating. She demonstrated excellent body awareness, graceful movement, and remarkable consistency. Those traits made her an ideal candidate for a discipline that requires complete trust between two athletes. Unlike singles skating, pair skating asks competitors to place their safety in someone else's hands. Throw jumps, twist lifts, death spirals, overhead lifts. Each element depends on perfect timing and unwavering confidence between partners. One small mistake can affect an entire performance. Even at a young age, Emily understood that success in pair skating meant learning not only to trust herself, but also to trust another person completely. Meanwhile, hundreds of miles away, another young Canadian was discovering his own passion for skating. Spencer Howe's journey also began at an early age. Like countless future champions, he first stepped onto the ice simply because it looked fun. What started as a recreational activity gradually transformed into something much bigger. Coaches immediately noticed Spencer's athletic ability. He combined natural strength with surprising agility, allowing him to master difficult skating skills relatively quickly. As he grew older, his height and physical power made him especially well suited for pair skating. Yet physical ability alone never defines a successful pair skater. Spencer also developed patience. In pair skating, strength must always be controlled. Lifting another athlete requires absolute precision. Every movement must be smooth. Every landing must be secure. Every transition must appear effortless. Learning those skills takes years. Spencer dedicated himself to mastering every detail. His coaches often praised his willingness to listen, adapt, and continuously improve. Rather than becoming discouraged after mistakes, he treated every error as another opportunity to learn. That mindset would later become one of his greatest strengths. Throughout their childhoods, Emily and Spencer trained separately. They competed in different events, worked with different coaches, built different experiences. Neither imagined that one day they would skate together before audiences around the world. As teenagers, both athletes faced the difficult reality every competitive skater eventually encounters. Talent alone is never enough. The higher the competitive level becomes, the greater the sacrifices required. Training sessions grew longer. Physical conditioning became more demanding. Recovery became just as important as practice itself. Many athletes struggle during this stage. Some lose confidence. Others decide the sacrifices have become too great. Emily and Spencer continued moving forward. There were disappointments along the way, competitions that didn't produce the hoped-for results, programs that felt stronger during practice than they did in competition, small injuries that interrupted progress. Yet every setback taught valuable lessons. Emily learned how important resilience could be. Spencer learned that improvement often happens quietly, long before results appear on the scoreboard. Both skaters gradually developed reputations as hardworking athletes who remained dedicated regardless of circumstances. That consistency earned respect throughout Canada's figure skating community. As the years passed, Emily continued building her experience in pair skating, learning how essential communication could be between partners. Success depended on far more than technical ability. Partners needed to understand each other's timing. They needed to recognize subtle changes in balance. Sometimes, a single glance before an element could communicate everything necessary. Trust became the invisible foundation beneath every successful performance. Spencer discovered the very same truth. His coaches emphasized that pair skating wasn't about showcasing one athlete. It was about creating one seamless performance where two individuals appeared to move as a single unit. The strongest partnerships weren't necessarily those with the most difficult technical elements. Often, they were the teams that trusted each other completely. Those lessons would later shape his entire career. As young competitors, both Emily and Spencer admired Canada's rich history in pair skating. Canada had produced numerous world-class champions over the decades, inspiring younger generations to dream even bigger. Watching elite competitions fueled their ambition. Every international event served as another reminder of what might one day become possible through enough hard work. Still, reaching that level remained incredibly difficult. Only a small number of athletes ever represent their country internationally. Even fewer consistently compete among the world's best. The road ahead would demand patience, unlike anything they had experienced before. Neither Emily nor Spencer realized just how dramatically their careers were about to change. Because in pair skating, finding the right partner can redefine everything. Sometimes two talented athletes simply don't fit together. Their timing may differ, their skating styles may clash, their personalities may never fully connect. Other times, however, something remarkable happens. Two careers suddenly align, strengths complement weaknesses, confidence begins replacing uncertainty. A partnership forms that neither athlete could have created alone. For Emily Chan and Spencer Howe, that life-changing moment was approaching. It wouldn't happen overnight, it wouldn't come without challenges, and it certainly wouldn't guarantee immediate success. But once their paths finally crossed, a brand new chapter would begin, not only for their own careers, but also for Canadian pair skating. Little did they know that the greatest journey of their lives was still waiting just beyond the horizon. In Part 2, we'll explore the separate paths that eventually brought Emily Chan and Spencer Howe together, the challenges they faced before becoming partners, and how one important decision completely transformed both of their careers. By the late 2010s, both Emily Chan and Spencer Howe had already spent years chasing the same dream. They had dedicated countless hours to training, sacrificed weekends and holidays, and experienced the emotional highs and lows that every competitive figure skater knows. Yet despite all of their hard work, one reality of pair skating remained impossible to ignore. Finding the right partner can be harder than mastering the sport itself. Unlike singles skating, where an athlete controls nearly every aspect of a performance, pair skating depends on two people becoming one seamless unit. Height, strength, timing, personality, communication, and even learning styles all have to fit together. A partnership may look perfect on paper, but if trust never develops, success is almost impossible. Both Emily and Spencer understood this challenge better than most. Before skating together, each had already gained valuable experience with other partners. Every partnership taught important lessons about communication, patience, and resilience. Some collaborations ended because goals changed. Others simply couldn't reach the level both skaters hoped to achieve. While disappointing at the time, those experiences prepared them for what was about to come. Every ending became the beginning of something new. As Canada's figure skating community searched for combinations that could strengthen the country's future in pair skating, coaches and officials carefully evaluated athletes with complementary strengths. Emily stood out because of her elegance, consistency, and calm presence on the ice. She skated with beautiful lines, excellent body control, and remarkable composure even under pressure. Coaches admired her ability to maintain focus during difficult elements, something that cannot easily be taught. Spencer offered a different but equally valuable skill set. His athleticism made difficult lifts appear smooth and effortless. He possessed the physical strength required for elite pair skating, but just as importantly, he understood that strength alone wasn't enough. Precision, patience, and protecting his partner always came first. Eventually, conversations began about pairing the two skaters together. At first, it was simply an idea. No one could predict whether their styles would truly match. In pair skating, chemistry cannot be forced. It has to develop naturally. Their first practices were filled with cautious optimism. Everything felt unfamiliar. Every lift required adjustments. Every throw jump demanded careful communication. Even simple stroking exercises became opportunities to learn each other's rhythm. Unlike established teams that could rely on years of shared experience, Emily and Spencer were essentially building their partnership from the ground up. The early days weren't perfect. There were awkward moments, mistimed entrances, small mistakes, countless conversations after practice about what could be improved. Neither athlete became discouraged. Instead, they approached every session with curiosity. What can we do better tomorrow? That simple question became one of the driving forces behind their progress. Their coaches noticed something encouraging almost immediately. Neither Emily nor Spencer blamed the other when something went wrong. Instead of pointing fingers, they searched for solutions together. That attitude created an environment where trust could grow quickly. Communication became one of their greatest strengths. If an element felt uncomfortable, they talked about it. If timing seemed off, they adjusted together. If one athlete lacked confidence, the other offered reassurance instead of criticism. Those habits may sound simple, but they separate good partnerships from great ones. As weeks turned into months, noticeable improvements began appearing. Their movements became more synchronized. Transitions looked smoother. Lifts gained confidence. Twist elements became more secure. Most importantly, they started enjoying skating together. That enjoyment was visible every time they stepped onto the ice. Fans often talk about chemistry as though it's something mysterious. In reality, chemistry usually comes from hundreds of hours spent building mutual trust. Emily and Spencer were doing exactly that. Every practice strengthened their connection. Outside the rink, they also learned more about each other's personalities. Emily was thoughtful, focused, and detail-oriented. She constantly searched for small improvements that could make programs cleaner and more polished. Spencer balanced that mindset with calm confidence and steady encouragement. His relaxed personality often helped reduce tension during difficult training days. Those complementary traits created a healthy balance. Neither tried to change who the other was. Instead, they learned how to support each other's strengths. Their coaches recognized that something special was beginning to develop. Of course, forming a partnership was only the beginning. The real challenge was proving themselves in competition. Their first events together represented valuable learning experiences rather than immediate opportunities for medals. Every competition revealed new lessons. How to manage pressure together, how to adjust warm-up routines, how to recover after mistakes, how to communicate without speaking during programs. With each performance, they became more comfortable. Gradually, judges also began noticing their potential. Their skating displayed increasing confidence. Their elements looked more unified. Their presentation improved competition after competition. While results didn't always reflect the tremendous effort happening behind the scenes, those inside the skating world understood that the partnership was moving in the right direction. Building an elite pair team rarely happens overnight. Even the world's greatest champions often require several seasons before reaching their full potential. Emily and Spencer accepted that reality. Rather than chasing instant success, they concentrated on long-term development. That patience would eventually pay enormous dividends. Training intensified as they pursued higher technical content. Throw jumps demanded absolute commitment, One hesitation could ruin an entire element. Twist lifts required split-second timing. Both skaters repeated these skills thousands of times. Sometimes they succeeded beautifully, other times they fell, yet every unsuccessful attempt carried valuable information. Instead of viewing mistakes as failures, they treated them as part of the learning process. That mindset became one of the defining characteristics of their partnership. As confidence grew, so did ambition. Representing Canada at increasingly important international competitions became a realistic goal rather than a distant dream. But international figure skating is one of the most competitive environments in sports. Every nation develops talented athletes. Every competition features experienced teams capable of extraordinary performances. Breaking into that level requires far more than technical ability. It requires consistency, mental toughness, composure under pressure. Emily and Spencer continued refining every aspect of their skating. They worked on speed across the ice, improved transitions between elements, strengthened artistic expression. Pair skating isn't simply about executing difficult tricks. The best teams tell a story every time they perform. Every movement should connect with the music. Every expression should feel authentic. Emily naturally excelled at emotional interpretation. She understood how subtle body language could enhance a performance. Spencer complemented her beautifully by bringing power and stability without sacrificing elegance. Together, they gradually developed a style that felt uniquely their own. Audiences began responding. Fans appreciated not only their technical progress, but also the genuine connection visible between them. Nothing appeared forced. Nothing looked rehearsed beyond necessity. Their partnership felt real. That authenticity helped them stand out. Behind every successful competition, however, remained countless unseen hours: strength training, off-ice conditioning, video analysis, recovery sessions, mental preparation. Elite athletes spend far more time practicing than competing. Most fans witness only a few minutes of performance. They rarely see the thousands of hours required to make those moments possible. Emily and Spencer understood that reality better than anyone. There were difficult training days when nothing seemed to work, programs that felt frustrating, elements that refused to cooperate, moments of physical exhaustion. Still, they returned the next morning, ready to begin again. One quality became increasingly obvious to everyone around them. Neither athlete had given up on improvement. No matter how successful a practice became, they believed another level remained possible. That constant pursuit of excellence slowly transformed them into genuine contenders within Canadian pair skating. Their coaches frequently praised not just their athletic ability, but also their professionalism. They listened carefully, accepted constructive criticism, respected teammates, maintained positive attitudes. Those qualities created an atmosphere where improvement happened naturally. As they continued gaining international experience, another important realization emerged. Success wasn't simply about winning medals. It was about representing Canada with pride. Every time they stepped onto international ice wearing the maple leaf, they carried the hopes of countless young skaters watching back home. That responsibility motivated them even more. They wanted to inspire the next generation, just as previous Canadian champions had inspired them. The partnership that once existed only as an idea had become something much greater. It had become a team built on trust, respect, and shared determination. Yet despite all of their progress, an even bigger challenge was waiting. The world was about to face unprecedented disruption. Training schedules would be interrupted. Competitions would disappear. Athletes everywhere would suddenly find themselves confronting uncertainty unlike anything they had experienced before. For Emily Chan and Spencer Howe, the next chapter would test not only their skating ability, but also the strength of the partnership they had worked so hard to build. And how they responded during those difficult years would ultimately shape the future of their careers. In Part 3, we'll follow Emily Chan and Spencer Howe through international competition, major breakthroughs, memorable performances, setbacks, and the moments that established them as one of Canada's brightest pair skating teams. Every elite athlete dreams of the moment when years of hard work finally begin to pay off. But in figure skating, reaching that moment is never guaranteed. For Emily Chan and Spencer Howe, the next stage of their journey would become the greatest test of both their skills and their partnership. Just as they were beginning to establish themselves as one of Canada's most promising pair teams, the world suddenly changed. the COVID-19 pandemic brought international sports to a standstill. Competitions were cancelled, training schedules were disrupted, and athletes everywhere were forced to adapt to circumstances no one had anticipated. For pair skaters, the challenge was even greater. Unlike many sports where individual training could continue independently, pair skating requires two athletes practicing together. Every lift, throw, jump, death spiral, and twist depends on constant repetition. Months away from regular training can significantly affect timing and confidence. Emily and Spencer suddenly faced an uncertain future. Like countless athletes around the world, they had to adjust their routines, modify their training, and remain mentally strong despite not knowing when competitions would return. It was a frustrating period. Goals had to be postponed. Progress slowed. The excitement of preparing for major events was replaced by patience and uncertainty. Yet instead of allowing those challenges to weaken their partnership, they used the time to strengthen it. They focused on improving their physical conditioning. They studied videos of past performances. They analyzed every detail that could eventually make them stronger once competitions resumed. Most importantly, they continued believing in each other. When international skating finally began returning to normal, Emily and Spencer approached the new season with renewed determination. The long months away from regular competition had reminded them how precious every opportunity truly was. Every practice mattered, every performance mattered, every chance to represent Canada mattered. As they stepped back onto competitive ice, fans immediately noticed how much the team had matured. Their confidence looked different. Their movements appeared more natural. The trust between them had become unmistakable. Lifts flowed with greater ease. Throw jumps carried more confidence. Their transitions connected seamlessly, making entire programs feel smoother and more polished than ever before. The judges noticed those improvements as well. Competition after competition, their scores steadily climbed. Each event became another step forward. Although victories did not come instantly, something even more valuable was happening. Consistency. Elite skating is rarely about producing one spectacular performance. The world's best teams succeed because they deliver strong performances over and over again under pressure. Emily and Spencer were beginning to develop that consistency. One of their biggest strengths became their ability to remain calm during competition. Many skaters perform brilliantly in practice only to struggle under the bright lights of major events. Emily possessed remarkable composure. Even when nerves appeared before a performance, she focused entirely on the music and her partner. Spencer brought the same steady mindset. His calm personality helped create stability throughout every program. Together, they developed the confidence needed to perform on some of the sport's biggest stages. As their reputation continued growing, they earned opportunities to compete against many of the world's strongest pair teams. Every international competition became another valuable learning experience. Standing alongside Olympic medalists and world championship contenders could easily intimidate young athletes. Instead, Emily and Spencer viewed those moments differently. Rather than comparing themselves to established champions, they treated every event as an opportunity to learn. They watched experienced teams closely, observed warm-up routines, studied transitions, analyzed performance quality. Every competition became another classroom. That willingness to keep learning accelerated their development. Soon, their own performances began attracting increasing attention. Fans appreciated the elegance of their skating. Commentators praised their growing technical quality. Judges rewarded the improvements visible throughout every season. One event after another, they proved they belonged among Canada's leading pair teams. Their performances at national championships demonstrated just how far they had come. Competing at the Canadian Championships carries enormous significance. Beyond medals, it determines international assignments and establishes which athletes will represent the country on the world stage. Pressure reaches another level. Every element matters. Every point matters. Emily and Spencer embraced that challenge. Instead of allowing expectations to overwhelm them, they skated with confidence and maturity. Their hard work paid off. Strong national performances earned them opportunities to compete internationally against the world's best. Representing Canada at prestigious events became a dream transformed into reality. Among the competitions that helped shape their growing reputation were appearances at ISU Challenger Series events and Grand Prix competitions. These tournaments placed them directly against elite international teams. Every clean skate increased their confidence. Every difficult program completed successfully reinforced the belief that they could compete at the highest level. Their artistic development also continued evolving. Pair skating is more than athletic ability. The greatest programs create emotional connections with audiences. Emily excelled at expressing music through graceful movement. Her elegance gave performances an emotional quality that judges appreciated. Spencer complemented her beautifully. His powerful skating skills and secure lifts allowed both athletes to perform with increasing freedom. Rather than worrying about individual elements, they could focus on telling a complete story. That combination gradually became one of their trademarks. Another factor contributing to their success was communication. Years of skating together had taught them to understand each other's habits almost instinctively. Sometimes no words were necessary. A glance, a subtle nod, a slight adjustment in posture. Those tiny signals communicated everything needed before difficult elements. Trust had become second nature. Fans frequently commented on how naturally they moved together. Many described them as appearing completely connected throughout every performance. That connection wasn't accidental. It represented thousands of hours of shared experience. Every successful lift, every missed jump, every recovery after disappointment, every celebration after achievement. Those moments built a partnership stronger than technical training alone. Of course, no athletic journey remains free from setbacks. Like every elite pair team, Emily and Spencer also experienced difficult competitions. There were programs containing unexpected mistakes, events where scores fell below expectations, moments when frustration seemed unavoidable. The difference was how they responded. Instead of dwelling on disappointment, they analyzed performances objectively. What could improve? Which elements required additional work? How could communication become even stronger? Every setback became another opportunity for growth. Their coaches admired that maturity. Rather than chasing perfection, Emily and Spencer focused on continuous improvement. That mindset helped reduce unnecessary pressure. It also allowed genuine progress to continue season after season. By now, skating fans across Canada had begun recognizing their potential. Commentators frequently described them as one of the country's most exciting developing pair teams. Young skaters looked up to them. Fans admired not only their performances, but also their professionalism and sportsmanship. Their growing popularity reflected something larger than competitive success. People appreciated their authenticity. Neither athlete sought attention through dramatic headlines or controversy. They allowed their skating to speak for itself. That quiet confidence resonated with audiences. Internationally, their reputation continued expanding. Each appearance introduced them to new fans from around the world. Supporters praised their elegant style, musical interpretation, and obvious mutual respect. Many believed their greatest achievements still lay ahead. Perhaps the most encouraging sign was how much room for growth remained. Unlike veteran teams nearing retirement, Emily and Spencer continued improving with each passing season. Technical difficulty increased, performance quality strengthened, confidence expanded, experience accumulated. Every competition added another chapter to their development. As they looked toward future world championships and eventually the Olympic cycle, expectations naturally grew. Canadian figure skating hoped they would continue building upon their success. Fans eagerly anticipated every new program. Judges increasingly viewed them as legitimate international contenders. Still, Emily and Spencer remained grounded. They understood that pair skating rewards consistency over excitement. The only way forward remained the same as it had always been: train harder, communicate better, trust each other completely. That philosophy had carried them from promising young athletes to respected international competitors. There was every reason to believe it would carry them even further. Yet beyond the medals, rankings, and competitions, another story had quietly emerged. It was the story of two athletes who had become more than simply skating partners. They had become trusted teammates, close friends, and symbols of resilience for a new generation of Canadian figure skating. In Part 4, we'll explore Emily Chan and Spencer Howe's skating style, what makes their partnership so unique, their Olympic ambitions, the legacy they're building, and why many believe their greatest moments on the ice are still ahead. Every great partnership eventually reaches a point where medals are no longer the only measure of success. Wins and podium finishes are important, But what truly defines elite athletes is the impact they leave on their sport and the people who watch them. For Emily Chan and Spencer Howe, that legacy is still being written. After years of building trust, refining their skills, and competing against the world's best pair teams, they have become more than promising Canadian skaters. They now represent the future of Canadian pair skating, a future built on resilience, teamwork, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. One of the qualities that separates Emily and Spencer from many other teams is their ability to make difficult elements appear effortless. Anyone familiar with pair skating understands just how demanding the discipline truly is. A single program combines explosive athletic power with graceful artistry. One moment, Spencer is lifting Emily high above his head with remarkable control. The next, both skaters are gliding across the ice in perfect synchronization, matching every movement to the music. To spectators, it often looks easy. In reality, every second of those performances is supported by thousands of hours of preparation. Each lift has been practiced hundreds, sometimes thousands of times. Every throw jump has been carefully refined to improve timing, distance, and safety. Every spin, every transition, and every step sequence has been adjusted repeatedly until both skaters move almost instinctively. That attention to detail is what allows elite pair teams to perform under the intense pressure of international competition. Emily's skating is often praised for its elegance and musical interpretation. She has a natural ability to connect emotionally with a program, allowing audiences to feel every piece of music rather than simply watching technical elements. Whether performing a dramatic classical routine or a modern, expressive program, she brings sincerity to every performance. Her graceful lines, steady posture, and controlled movements have become defining characteristics of her skating. Spencer complements those qualities perfectly. His athletic strength provides stability during difficult lifts and throws, while his calm personality helps create confidence throughout each routine. Rather than trying to dominate a performance, he focuses on supporting the partnership as a whole. That selfless approach has become one of his greatest strengths. Together, they demonstrate something that every successful pair team strives to achieve: balance. Neither athlete overshadows the other. Instead, they perform as one complete unit. That harmony has become one of the reasons fans around the world enjoy watching them compete. Another important part of their success is the trust they have built away from competition. Partnerships in figure skating do not grow stronger only during major events. They are strengthened during ordinary training days, long practice sessions, early morning workouts, video review meetings, physical conditioning, recovery after injuries. Every shared experience contributes to the relationship visible on competition day. Emily and Spencer have repeatedly shown that they understand this better than most. They celebrate victories together, they learn from mistakes together, and when disappointment comes, as it inevitably does in elite sports, they face it together. That mentality has earned the respect of coaches, judges, competitors, and fans alike. Looking toward the future, one goal naturally stands above all others: the Olympic Games. For nearly every figure skater, qualifying for the Olympics represents the realization of a lifelong dream. It is the stage where years of sacrifice finally come together before millions of viewers around the world. Every training session becomes preparation for that possibility. Every competition serves as another step toward earning a place among the sport's very best. Emily and Spencer understand exactly how difficult that journey will be. International pair skating has never been more competitive. Teams from Japan, Italy, Germany, Georgia, and many other countries continue raising the technical standard every season. Winning medals now requires extraordinary consistency. Programs must combine difficult technical content with exceptional artistic quality. Small mistakes can determine final standings. Yet challenges like these have never discouraged Emily and Spencer. Throughout their careers, they have consistently responded to obstacles by working even harder. That determination gives many Canadian skating fans confidence that the team still has tremendous potential ahead. Their coaches also continue emphasizing gradual improvement rather than chasing quick success. Instead of rushing difficult elements before they are fully prepared, the team focuses on building reliable technique. Consistency remains the priority, because in pair skating, confidence comes from repetition. The more often an element succeeds in training, the more likely it is to succeed under pressure. This patient approach has served Emily and Spencer well throughout their partnership. Another reason many people admire the pair is their professionalism. Despite increasing recognition, they remain approachable and humble. Whether speaking with reporters, interacting with young skaters, or thanking fans after competitions, they consistently demonstrate respect and appreciation. Those qualities matter. Athletes inspire people not only through victories, but also through character. Young skaters watching Emily and Spencer can learn an important lesson. Success is not achieved overnight. It requires patience, discipline, resilience, and perhaps most importantly, the willingness to keep improving even when progress feels slow. Their journey proves that meaningful success often comes from countless small improvements rather than one dramatic breakthrough. Every difficult practice, every disappointing competition, every injury overcome, every lesson learned. Together, those moments shape champions. As the years continue, Emily and Spencer will undoubtedly experience new challenges. Programs will evolve. Competition will become even stronger. Expectations will continue growing. That is the reality of elite sport. But if their past has demonstrated anything, it is that they possess the mindset necessary to continue growing. They have already overcome uncertainty. They have already rebuilt after setbacks. They have already proven they belong among Canada's leading pair teams. Now they have the opportunity to achieve even greater things. Perhaps future seasons will bring national titles. Perhaps world championship medals. Perhaps unforgettable Olympic performances. No one can predict exactly what lies ahead. That uncertainty is part of what makes sports so compelling. Every competition begins with possibility. Every performance offers another chance to create history. Regardless of future results, Emily Chan and Spencer Howe have already established themselves as outstanding representatives of Canadian figure skating. They remind fans that true partnership is built on trust rather than individual achievement. That communication is just as important as technical ability, and that success becomes even more meaningful when it is shared. As audiences watch them step onto the ice, they are witnessing more than two talented athletes. They are watching years of dedication, sacrifice, and teamwork come together in a matter of minutes. Every glide reflects hours of preparation. Every lift reflects complete confidence. Every smile reflects a partnership built through perseverance. That is why Emily Chan and Spencer Howe continue capturing the attention of skating fans around the world. Their story is still unfolding. Their greatest performances may still be waiting. Their Olympic dream remains alive. And with every new season, they continue proving that determination, trust, and passion can carry athletes farther than anyone imagined. As the next chapter of their journey begins, one thing is certain: the world of figure skating will be watching closely. Whether they are standing atop the podium, delivering a personal best, or inspiring the next generation simply through their dedication, Emily Chan and Spencer Howe have already shown what it truly means to pursue excellence. Their story is far from over. In many ways, it is only just beginning. So, what do you think is next for Emily Chan and Spencer Howe? Can they become Canada's next great pair skating champions and make a serious impact at future World Championships and the Olympic Games? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed learning about their incredible journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another inspiring story from the world of figure skating. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.